episode 50. I had to look it up. Episode 50 of the Quarantine Diaries. I didn't think we would get here, but here we are nonetheless. And thank you to everybody that has sent out messages in the last 12 or so hours. It has been very comforting, and thank you very much for that. But as tradition dictates, I thought, no, I needed to get the Quarantine Diaries up and running. And of course, there has been a lot happening in my life here with Skeinz and Knit August Nights. But as always, this information, good morning everybody as you're coming in, this information is always best shared with friends. So I've decided to actually get a couple of, I've got the band back together.
Right.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning,
So I've gone and got these two larrikins to come and help hold my digital hand, as it were. And they're even coming from two separate locations, same location. Because Deb has been quite self-isolating in her own
I've been
little
self-isolating for 2 weeks.
2 weeks in your own little living room bubble. So yeah, but we're really excited because we've now just discovered this program that I use is able to have a little menage a trois, even though it's digital. So we're actually quite excited about that, aren't we?
Yeah.
So it's all very good. So for those who've just joined us who don't know who I have with me, obviously I'm Marie from Skeinz for Knit August Nights. In the centre is Deb Moore from Outlaw Yarn, and to the, I don't know where it appears on everyone else's screens, but on my screen it's on the left or the right, it's on the right, is the fabulous Ethan from Outlaw HQ, and of course who joins me on a very regular basis for the Skeinz Diaries. So yes, yeah, so we were just talking off air before we got there. Pose.
Yeah, bugger.
All I have to say, Ethan, is that bugger, pose, exactly. It's but you know what? This is where we're at, and we've done it before. So this is a path well travelled. We know what we're doing. So the first thing I think I'll kick in with is with Knit August Nights, because I know that that's so many of you wondering about. And Deb and Ethan have been amazing. Plus, and I can see everybody, so many of the tutors are already in chat this morning, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much. As they well know, I have been on the digital blower with them this morning. Catching up and hatching a plan. I was a little bit, I'll be honest, Deb spoke to me last night and I was cuddling a bottle of Chardonnay at the time. I was not particularly...
She was, yes. I can confirm that. Excuse me, it's not COVID.
No, it was, I wasn't in the best frame of mind last night. I am pleased to report, though, that everybody who worries, it was a very good bottle of Chardonnay, because I figured if I was going to drown my sorrows, I was going to do it with quality. No, so it was one of those ones that you would normally say for a special occasion. 2, I didn't drink the whole thing. So I've actually got some left for tonight, so that's actually quite good. Very unlike me, but I decided that by 9 p.m. I needed to be sensible. So I stopped, which is not like me at all, really. But that was good, and it meant that I was able to have a good night's sleep and woke up quite early this morning with actually a lot of clarity. It was good, which sometimes, a good night's sleep is what you need. So after talking to all the tutors this morning, after consulting and having a look at things with my program and all my key stakeholders in the event, the plan is to actually maximize the amount of work that I've done, all the tutors have done, and actually pick the event up in its entirety. And hopefully, I'm just going to do that again, pick the event up in its entirety, because I just saw the bars dropped up. And I'm going to postpone it until next year, so the 25th through the 28th of next year. One of the venues is already confirmed and said that, of August, 25th to 28th of August 2022. One of the events is, one of the venues has already come back and confirmed and shit, good as gold. The other one, I know that he will be drowning his sorrows because he was supposed to be on a plane to Queenstown this morning. So I'm expecting probably to hear from him later in the day, but I can't see that being an issue. Now, the reason I've looked at doing this is all the tutors are in. So they're all in for next year. So it means that if you are already registered, you've got two options. You can just do nothing, stay registered, everything remains the same, and you just need to look at contact your accommodation and travel options and move those over. And in these situations, most of them have been pretty jolly good. If you can't do it that weekend, you can then contact me, and I'm going to have an ability for everybody to get a full refund, even for classes that are booked up until a set date of next year. And I haven't, at this stage, I'm working on June 1st. It may be May 1st, but either way, I will. It just means that if for whatever reason you can't attend, and that happens, life happens, just let me know, and then I will be able to cancel you out and refund you. And then those spaces will go back up for sale, so I can actually have those available across the year. So I think it's a way of maximising all the hard work everyone has already done, allowing everyone that's already registered not to actually lose their spaces and places in the classes that they wanted to attend. And it's, and there will actually be space if these things are a bit different next year and things are more opened up. I can always, I'd actually pare down the number of classes. I do have the latitude to actually fire up another stream if I need to, which would be fun as well. That would be really cool. Now, you know what, guys? I think this is a new viewing record.
Oh, really?
Nearly 250 people live. Oh,
oh my God, don't tell me that.
I know. And the chat is moving so jolly fast. I'm sitting here talking here, and I'm
whipping by.
Yeah, I know.
It is whipping by. Yeah, I know. So Amy is asking, is the snail still all go?
I know. That's what I was laughing at, because I was like, oh yeah, typical. They don't care about
okay, you talked about Ken.
They get the yarn.
About Ken. Yeah, we want the snail. Shut up about Ken.
Yarn.
Okay, so this was the other thing that we were talking about actually off air this morning. So at this stage, the answer to that is yes. The answer to that is yes. There is, as you can imagine, this is an incredibly fluid situation. We have just been, Business New Zealand is in touch with our director at the Mill and Skeinz, and just around online, because we've actually had a really good look at what all the level 4 things are, and there does actually appear to be some changes from last year. So Business New Zealand have actually seeking clarification on behalf of all businesses, online businesses in New Zealand, to get clarification around whether we can still operate and dispatch at level 4. Now, we can do that at level 3, but they're wanting to get clarification at level 4. So that is still a moving feast. So at this stage, we're accepting orders, but we're not dispatching until we get the word, which I know is the same for both Deb and Ethan as well. Yep. So, and obviously our physical stores are closed, but you know what? The sale is all set for next week. So fingers crossed, we will know a wee bit. We'll know a whole bunch more next week to what we know this week. So just the biggest thing is for everybody is I'm going to do the Quarantine Diaries every day at 11 because hey, I've set the precedent now. Let's do it. And just stay in touch with
you better not do it on Saturday, though. You'll be competing with Breakfast Bourbon. Oh, no. What time are we on? 10?
You guys are on at 10.
Oh, we're on at 10. Oh, see, look, I don't even know. Look, I've been off work for 2 weeks. And I don't know what's happening
Saturday
anymore.
morning super show, guys.
We could do a Saturday because we used... Yeah, well, we could do Breakfast Bourbon Pajama Party.
Yeah.
Look, I just got out of my pajamas. Look, I put a bra on for the first time in 2 weeks for you guys. I just dragged myself out of my bed. So I've been in pajamas for 2 weeks, man.
I actually feel quite good. I
took off my hoodie for this.
You should have kept the hoodie on. You look so cute in the hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. So that's where we're all at.
I made coffee. And the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Watch the space for Saturday then.
Yes.
Maybe we could do the 10 a.m. Breakfast Bourbon and then switch over at 11 and do the Quarantine Diaries all together in our pajamas. So 2 hours of all of us.
Okay, we've still got 4 days to figure that out. Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Hopefully by then I'll figure out how to order wine. one
What, they're trying to
shortage.
figure out how to order wine.
The one
So
thing
I'm going to tell you. See, here's one of the things for my life, because for people that don't know, I used to, back in the many moons ago, I used to work in the wine industry. So I have been cellaring wine for many, many years. In fact,
I've
when I
seen.
met Phil, yeah, Nathan's seen. So when I met Phil, it was not as big as it is now, but he was quite disturbed when we started cohabitating together. He was having to move all these cases of wine, and I was making him lug them around. And I just needed to remind him that he couldn't drink shoes. So he needed to be very thankful that it was wine and not shoes. And when the first lockdown happened, I just suddenly thought, I've been preparing for this fucker for a really long time. Yes, I have, for the first time ever, I have everything there. So anyway, needless to say, hence the, oh gosh, there's the dog. I've got I'm not in my shed anymore, as if you probably noticed. This isn't the shed. I'm in the bed office, and I'm just going to spin this around because that's why I just got kicked by his royal coat.
By a bulldog.
Yeah, his royal coat by a bulldog who's thinking that this lockdown business is a bit of all right. So the good news, the silver lining, because there's got to be a silver lining. The silver lining to all of this is I will get my shoji finished in time for Cannes.
Yeah, and I guess I'll be getting my watermark finished in time for Cannes too.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get yours done in time.
I think we should blame
done.
Ethan. We should blame Ethan for this, because didn't he choose your project too, Marie? And so I think we should blame Ethan for this, that the Cannes not
Yeah, he
happening
did.
because we
Yep.
couldn't get our projects finished. Yeah. So there we
Yeah,
are.
yeah. Well, see, the good news is that you've got. I mean, you've got other events now, Ethan. So you need to start again. So that's what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that,
Yeah, well,
so that's
I guess I'm gonna have to pick out 4 new cardigans for Cannes next year.
exactly.
Answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll all
That'd be
have full
fine.
cardigans for Cannes next year. That.
Anna's saying we're all coming to my place for a knees up. We can do a digital knees up, Anna. I'm all on for a digital knees up. Actually, what's one of the other things that we do, one of the things you discover when you're in last lockdown that we discovered is, so I have teenage boys, so everybody knows how inappropriate teenage boys can be. So our teenage boys discovered an online version of Cards Against Humanity. So one of our favourite things to do was with my best friend and his husband is we would have wineries and all of us play online Cards Against Humanity.
I
didn't
don't think
know
it would
that
be
was a
safe
thing.
for you, Deb, and I to play
It's
because
the
we are
thing.
bad people.
I know.
Like and like the wonderful people watching us don't know, but like the things we would play.
I've never actually played Cards Against Humanity, I've got to say.
How? How have you never played
Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity?
I don't know.
It's like the most Deb board game in the world.
Oh no, this sounds dangerous. I've got
There's a
Colour
knitter
Bunnies.
expansion pack.
Oh my gosh. Deb, you would be so good at it. It's perfect for you.
Oh,
I have the Knitters Against Humanity expansion pack, the Dog Lovers Against Humanity expansion pack, and I think somewhere, for some reason, I have Lesbians Against Humanity, the expansion pack, but I mean,
Gosh, I could imagine. Could you imagine some of the answers in that one?
Oh, the lesbian one is shocking. It's shocking.
Oh no, it'll be appalling.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Well, the really concerning thing for me, this is so bad mother parenting 101. I'm the queen of bad mothering parenting. But is like an answer will come up and I'll look at that and I think, oh, I hardly have to Google that. I don't know what that is. And then, your 15-year-old tells you what it is and then you think, oh, thanks, darling. And then you think, how does my 15-year-old know?
Oh God. The things that I'm in for when I get a teenager. Although she's almost...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, almost a teenager now. Although, I don't know. At the moment, she's pretty much the opposite direction. If anyone starts saying anything even remotely like...
Hey, Abby's asking the new Outlaw Yarn that you were going to promote... at Cannes. Well, the thing is that I know that new Hedgehog was hopefully coming, but it was being sent to us at Skeinz, so we might hold it hostage.
Yeah, I was sitting there last night going, oh my God, if Can's going ahead, what the hell are we actually going to bring? Because the new yarn has been delayed, which I was like, oh God, I don't know if we're going to have any, or we might have some of it, but not all of it, or, although it's kind of like, yeah, we might have 2 colours of it. And then the hedgehog is coming in. 3 colours of it, and then and then the hedgehog's coming in from Ireland, but obviously it'll be coming via Auckland, I'm assuming, because pretty much everything comes via Auckland. It's like we're not going to have any hedgehog. I'm just like, oh my God. And the needles we were supposed to have again are sitting with a courier somewhere in Auckland, and I was just like, yeah, we won't have anything to bring anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Let's just say, as far as our yarn at the moment, it's a little bit watch the space, because until we've actually get it, there's not much we can do with it.
I was going to revisit the kissing booth idea for Can if we didn't have any yarn.
Yeah. I don't know if that's very wise in the time of the COVID to just start doing a kissing.
No,
booth.
true.
I could, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, I'm chewing through. I literally have all my projects in bags just lined up beside me. Just gonna knit.
Yeah, well, I think that's the way to go. I mean, I've got shoji, so that's I mean that's nice and easy for me. I've got that to carry on with. You've got your cardigan to carry on with, and I do actually have one long-term work in progress too.
Yeah, I haven't done anything on mine in the last, I don't know, how long have I been in bed? 10 days or something.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I don't have the brain power to do this.
Yeah, 1/10 of a John Lennon.
Well, and see, and I...
bed.
And I have, of course, I've been a bit the same with doing so much work with Can. I hadn't done a lot of knitting, so I could do that. So we've just got a few more questions coming in. Now, Rebecca was just saying she wanted to get some Honey Hooley's yarns for Adira. Now, Rebecca, just hold that thought, because obviously everything is still very fluid. I have also floated an idea amongst some of the traders that are with Can, and I just need to sort out a few other things first. But there might be something happening with all those traders potentially online. So I just need to sort of get through one hurdle before I get through the next hurdle. So just
we need a minute.
Watch the space. And for those that have just come in, we just need a minute to sort of, pivot to where we're at. And for those coming in late, yes, Can has been postponed until August next year, 25th to the 28th. If you are already registered, you have the option of just sitting tight. Your registration is valid and good, and I will just move everything across. I'm obviously going to send out a newsletter and detail all of this in full, and if you aren't able to make it, that's okay too. I will make sure that I will get back any monies paid to you. Barbara, brilliant. Barbara's just popped in saying, continue making the flowers for the Martin School yarn bombing project. Barbara, that's brilliant. Yes. So those who haven't caught up with that, Barbara and Margaret, who I know is in here as well this morning from Squishy McDo, have been working on a yarn bombing project for James Cook School in Martin. Barbara's got this, she's already started this incredible knitting, and we're getting, the kids are making pom-poms, and people, anybody, if you can make knitted or crocheted flowers or anything like that, leave the danglies on them, don't weave your ends in, and we're going to tie it onto the mesh to literally create a yarn carpet with flowers and pom-poms for an installation at school. So that's what we're working on. It should be amazing. So that is all good. Oh, here we go. One of my second teenager has just surfaced out of bed, and he looks a bit rough. Good morning. Oh yes, yeah, he looks very rough. Did you hear him? He's not well either. Bless his heart.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. See, I've got one in my house too.
Is it a Hugo or a Lily that's rough?
It's a Hugo that's rough.
Oh, poor Hugo.
Yeah, he's like his mum. He gets hay fever, and he's sort of, he's, what's the time? Oh, he's up before midday, so that's good. So that's all very good.
My kid only surfaced, about half an hour ago, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh, Jane, I love you, Jane. Jane saying, I'm a newbie. Can you tell me what a can is, please? Ha! Excellent, Jane. Yeah, can is stands for Knit Nights. And Knit August Nights is a retreat that we hold here at Napier every year. Well, I'm struggling because I'm now going to have a 2-year gap. So if you need to know, and I haven't updated the website yet, that's one of my next jobs for the next couple of days. If you go to knitaugustnights.co.nz, there was all the information for the current event that's in play, which is now going to be shifting in its entirety across to next year. So
At least you
that
don't
is
have
what.
to update much. You just have to change the date.
Yeah, well, but that was, and that's why it was great talking to. I've got a group chat with all the tutors, so it the neat thing with talking to everybody about that
Good
this
for me.
morning and just
It's for
getting
everyone.
everyone's. Yeah, well, yes, except for Ethan because Ethan's special. I have to do his own separate chat.
I just make the decisions for you, Ethan. So yeah, it's all good.
Yes,
Probably
yeah.
easier that
So
way.
yeah, and it's just been nice to sort of not have any of that. And that's what I think I was so upset about last night was the man hours or the women hours and the everybody's hours that have gone in to the event from me and to this and all my team and you guys. And it's how do you preserve that? How do you not let that go to waste? And yeah, postponement was the perfect way of doing it as opposed to cancellation. So not that I was seeing that option, 2 glasses of Chardonnay in last night. I was not seeing a lot of options at that point, which is why I thought I needed to sleep on it. So there
Yeah,
you go.
Absolutely.
Susan saying, will we have a chance to change our classes? At this stage, Susan, no, because I mean, all the classes are full pretty much. So it will only be if if there are spaces that become available. So the one thing I will ask is that not everyone bombard me with cancellations or changes or anything in the next little bit because it is going to take me a while to work through everything. And obviously, I've still got all the Skeinz stuff to sort, but it is the one thing that we've got is we've bought ourselves some time. So right, actually, yeah, that's so much better. Everyone's wanting to know what you're knitting, Ethan. Let's talk about that.
There's no way he's gonna see it because we're on here. I'm knitting a jumper for someone as a birthday gift. Their birthday is already passed, but I
Ooh.
did only start last Thursday, and then it's been a little crazy around Outlaw HQ. Part of the problem was I didn't realize that the yarn had actually arrived because without Helen in the warehouse, things were a little bit mayhemy. I really tried my best to keep it as organized as I could, but it's not my strong suit. Let's all be honest, friends. So I didn't actually realize that the yarn was sitting there, so I could have started earlier, but, you know, not a problem. Everyone will survive. It's a jersey that I'm going to have knit in less than a week, and that's all we can really ask for, right, team?
Oh, power knitting,
So,
power knitting.
yeah. Poor Ethan. Poor Ethan has been running
so
My
here,
Life and HQ while I've been sick for the last 2 weeks.
oh, it's been a fun journey. It turns out being Deb, in case anyone was wondering, being Deb is just as tiring as you might expect. So if you ever see Deb and she looks tired, I want you all to remember now that I've done it, she has every damn right to look tired. And if you don't think so, then you're wrong. And the same for Marie. I'm not sure how she hides it so well. Like, it's actually a little offensive because, like, if you spend time with Marie, you realize that, like, she only ever looks tired in like the most extreme of circumstances. Like, you know, I pick her up after she was with a friend who had a cardiac incident at a hospital after we'd packed a van, driven for 4 hours, spent a morning unpacking, and then I pick her up from the hospital and she's like, well, what shall we do for dinner? All right, then, that's a choice.
I'm hungry.
I know, but
Well,
we're
actually,
just so
first thing I said was,
together.
I need a
Like,
glass of, first thing I said
God.
was, fuck, I need a glass of wine. That was the first thing I said. Then I said, what are we doing for dinner?
Yes. Well, and then you had to meet our delightful Airbnb host.
She was. She was a
She
pet.
was a delight. Okay, so
She was.
I have done a thing with this where I've gone back and I've actually been finishing each step. My thought process was if I finished every step as I went, it would feel like it was going a lot faster. It turns out I was wrong. So I'm making a Men's Ease by Alicia Plummer because it's an Aran weight pattern on a 5mm needle, so it would go quick. I'm using the Ashford triple knit in Peacock. So it's just a simple top-down raglan with this great little collar that has a fold-over top with a drawstring. Luckily, I have recently bought a bunch of drawstring because I was going to be making pants, and one of them was way too short, so it went into the neck of this. Even though she says to use I-cord, but I think that's silly because wool-on-wool friction is not a good idea, everyone at home. I-cord pulls are a nice idea until they no longer function because they felt it to themselves, obviously. So I'm using just a nylon lace-up cord that I bought at the fabric store for like 25 cents because they have almost no haberdashery. If you ever go to the fabric store anywhere in New Zealand, it's called the fabric store. Oh my God, they literally just have fabric and they do not have any help for you. So like, please pray you know how to sew. So it's a top-down raglan. I've already got both sleeves done. Ta-da! As I always do with top-down jerseys, I always go back and finish each sleeve. Ta-da! Sewn tubular bind-offs. The neck is all finished, all picked up, ends woven in. I'm just working through the body now. I've only probably got
so you're just I was just going to say you're powering through the body. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's nearly finished.
I see Kathy's put up a link. Thanks, Kathy.
Oh, thanks, Kathy.
So good. I will recommend this pattern. However, please wait because I have emailed the designer my list of things that are wrong with it.
And are we sorry, that's not an earthquake, it's me. My computer's on back and I'm laughing.
I know what I'm saying. Oh, of course you have. Of course you have. All right.
Of course you have, Ethan. Yeah. Why are we
Alicia. Oh, Ethan, thank you so much.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. First of all, the yarn in the pattern is wrong. So, like, no, we're not using a DK weight yarn on a 5mm needle. Are you drunk?
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
That was correction number one.
Okay, all right.
And I sent that message over Ravelry, and then I got farther into the pattern, and like Alicia's response to me was, "I'm going to have my tech editor look at it, right?" What you said, and I went, okay, wait, that means the tech editor has already gone through this, and I've already found this mistake. So what else is lingering here? So then I went through and found every other error because I was just like, no. So if any of you decide to make this, okay, there is an instruction when you're picking up the neck that is just missing because I don't think anyone thought about it. So you have to place these eyelets, these little eyelet holes in the neck at the center of the neck.
For the drawstring. Yeah.
So you have to do that approximately 10 centimeters of knitting after you've already picked up the stitches. Now, at what point does she tell you to locate the center of picked up stitches? When you're making the holes. Incorrect. We place the marker when we're picking up. So for all of you who are doing this, if you decide to make this at home, okay, what I want you to do is if you're picking up the neck stitches, hear me now in case she doesn't put this in the pattern. Alicia, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. Oh God, no one show this to her. I will be drawn and quartered publicly. Jesus. What I want you to do is when you're picking up stitches for the neck, I want you to pick up half the stitches, place a damn marker, and then pick up the other half of the stitches, and then continue knitting. Because if not, you'll be like me, and you'll be sitting there and be like, am I at the middle? I can't tell. It's dark yarn. I've picked up these stitches so long ago. It was nighttime. Let me just tell you, when I initially made the eyelets, they were not in the right place. Did I rip back? No. Did I undo the decreases and things one row down and put everything back in the right place and then continue knitting? Yes. However, that level of surgery is not for those sitting at home. So, yes, I highly recommend this pattern. It's nice and simple, okay?
Or you highly recommend the rest of the pattern?
I will highly recommend the pattern once it's been Ethan updated. Which like could be a new thing. Like I could talk to Cassidy and the team at Ravelry and be like, can we get a little stamp just from me approving a pattern for
Ethan
Publix?
Approves.
Ethan did it and approved.
Yeah, like someone make me a stamp. Anyway, so it's going quite well. I actually was just about to take a break from it. And I was going to switch back to working on my crosshatch, which is just some straight up 2-color brioche. There's nothing to it. Just a nice, easy chunk of fabric you're just knitting through. That's it.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, now just scrolling through the questions. Anna was just asking what happens if everything goes back to normal next week. Yeah, had thought about that, Anna, because Auckland isn't going to go back to normal. They've got a full week in lockdown, and over half my tutors and traders and key people are actually Auckland based. So, hence the reason for the postponement decision. There were just too many moving parts. So and to be honest with you, as soon as I saw that there was additional cases this morning, it was kind of like, well, no brainer really. It's just the easiest thing is to pick everything up and move it across. So yeah. Hey, who did crosshatch? Thank you, Kathy. Kathy is our own digital personal PA. She's fab. Who did
cross as
crosshatch?
well on Breakfast Bourbon.
I know. She's fabulous. It's wonderful. Is crosshatch what's that? Is that a Stephen? Is that it's
Jared Flood.
Jared.
Who did that? Jared Flood. Very good.
Yeah. And like Jared is not a big fan of all the weird curving and bending and doing things with brioche. Most of his brioche patterns involve lots of very straight lines with relatively few decreases. So Skip, Sonobe, Carpeau, and crosshatch are kind of his 4 big brioche patterns that he's done. And he is all about technical mastery and minimalism at the same time. We think about his other patterns, Hosser, just in general.
Sorry, I can just realize that people can hear my dog snoring. Yes, that is the dog you can hear snoring. Yeah, my dog is snoring his head off. He's flat on his back, snoring his head off. So yeah. Actually, I spoke to Tom at Tandy last week, and he had on his atlas, but it had and it was all done in their Polworth in colours, but the woman who knitted it for him changed it down from the worsted weight down into 4-ply, and it looked amazing. Oh, wow. It looks, it did, and it was all in natural tones. It looks so good.
Atlas really, really good pattern.
Yeah. Well, that's actually, we've got someone who's going to, I know that you guys know who it is because we've talked about it off air, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. But someone is knitting that in our new yarn that I've been teasing, and actually that's the next thing. So obviously that new yarn is a bit like your is in transit from elsewhere.
Yeah.
In fact, Claire is playing Sherlock this morning, trying to track down where we think it has landed, because part of the order has been air freighted out, so we could have it in time for Noodlecross Nights in the sales. So she's actually on the hunt for that. So with any luck, it's sitting in Auckland just awaiting customs clearance. So then that will get down to us, and then it might be a case of me having to grab it and photograph it. Oh, Kathy, you've got bulldogs too, Kathy. She's 2 snoring bulldogs here.
Frenchies.
Yeah, I know, it's a nightmare for me. Oh my God. Anywho, yes, so we're just waiting for to find out where that's at, and that this person is going to, we've already picked colours out, and they're going to knit. I think they're looking at doing an atlas in that, and it will be so amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that yarn as well, Marie. I've got to say.
Yes. Well, Deb was one of the. Deb actually helped. Yes, she does, because she helped us. And when did we do that? Was that?
When was I?
I can't remember.
I was in Napier when we went to the Wellington pop-up. That's the last time I was in Napier.
And so Deb actually helped select the colours for the range. We had this very sort of process where all of us went through and picked a whole bunch of colours, and from that we were able to create the range, and we're really happy with it actually. And the neat thing is if it goes well as we think it's going to go, we can add more colours to the range really easily, because the total selection of what's able to be done was huge.
Yeah, it was enormous. I helped with the narrowing down, so I haven't actually seen the final range. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, exactly. It was just so it was so huge.
I'm
So I
waiting for
can't
my
wait for
sweater's
that
worth
to
because I
go.
know what I'm making.
Oh, ooh,
I
that's
haven't even thought
exciting.
about what I'm making yet. Yeah, that hasn't crossed my mind actually. What am I going to make with it? Yeah. Mm.
I know what I'm making.
Yeah. What also, are you going to tell us what you're making, or are you just going to tease us?
Well, so there's two possible options. As per usual, one of them involves an organ, because it can't
Yeah.
not.
Oh, her
It's the
new
law.
pattern's really nice. Just FYI. Sorry,
Oh, the new,
interjecting.
yes, I saw. Yeah, I
Yes,
saw that go up. Amazing.
yes, it is quite beautiful. She's always so on the ball with different things, and I do love the fact that, like, for those of you who don't know Noragon, when she does top-down sweaters, she always does some sort of reinforced neckline. Like, it's never just like go right into ribbing. And this one actually has I-cord, so it'll actually hold its shape because it's got something to hang from, which is a miracle.
Mm. Yeah, I saw that and I really liked it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a possibility. That one's not on the possibles list. The possibles list largely involves stuff from her knitted cable source book, because I own that book. And what I would do is I would take one of those garments and rearrange the number of cable stitches, and do my own custom cable cardigan out of it. Or I might make an Inishmeen, which is just a great pattern. Let me see. I'm gonna go on a little Ravelry hunt. Hold the line, callers.
Hold the line. Yeah, Rebecca's asking about Shifting Sands. I bought Shifting Sands because
Oh, I
I
love
thought that
shifting
was
sands.
I thought it was beautiful. That's definitely on my wish list.
I have a
I've got,
feeling that
mind you,
I
I've got to
liked
finish
that one as
Shoji then.
well.
Yeah,
I
it was
can't
so
remember
nice.
what
It
it
was
looks like off
really
the top
nice.
of my head, but I'm sure that name sounds familiar to me. So I think that I
Yeah,
liked that one too. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that
I
was
have been
definitely high.
now that I'm back into the cabling thanks to someone, I have been looking at a few cable patterns recently.
Mm.
Oh, I mean,
And that's the thing with cabling is that you sort of often like after I did the Point Judith pullover, I mean I hadn't knit a full sized Aran for forever, and then you do it and you think, oh, why aren't I doing more of these? They're actually so much fun,
Yeah, well,
and
we
there's
worked
some
out.
really nice cable work at the moment.
Yeah, I think we worked out it's been like 17 years since I've cabled anything. It's a while.
what is this? Sorry, do
Yeah.
you ever know that someone you know has made a pattern, and so you go on a hunt for it on their pattern page, and apparently they've never put up a photo of it? Oh,
Look, I don't know the last time I put a project on Ravelry. I'm terrible.
well, now I'm gonna have to try to remember how to spell it, and that's not gonna go well. Oh, here we go.
Well, I was going to say while Ethan's looking for that, Marie, guess what?
What?
I'm a great auntie.
The baby
So
arrived.
yeah,
Oh,
I
I
have
have no way to post in the
a
chat, guys.
great
We're gonna do
niece.
this a real weird way. Okay, I've now
Oh,
texted
that's
the
so
link
cool.
to Marie.
Oh,
The other pattern I will do is Inishmeen, and I don't have any way of putting it up, so I'm texting it to you. You're welcome.
yeah.
It's my best solution.
Oh, okay. Oh gosh. No wonder you couldn't. Right. Okay. All right. Hold the phone, caller. Hold the phone.
Yeah.
Gee. And so this is who you did the polar bear blanket for,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
my cute little crochet polar bear blanket. So I think
Yeah.
some of you guys will have seen that. So yeah, so I have there we are. I've had one piece of good news in the last week. I was going to say last week in the last year. So yeah, I have a
Yay!
little great niece at £8.3.
Yay!
So yeah. So when we get
£8.3.
out
That's
of
a good size.
when we get out of the lockdown, I'll be able to send her present. Yeah. Mm.
The
Yay!
pattern is Inishmeen. It's okay. It's impossible to spell, so I've sent it to Marie.
Oh no, I found it. Here we go. I found it. Look at that. Oh yes, that would be good. That would be good.
It's a very robust looking pattern.
Boom.
There we go. Look at us go.
Yeah, it is a very robust looking pattern. It's it would be perfect in the yarn that we're talking about. In fact, let me just have a quick look at the. Oh, I so know why you chose now.
I don't know what you're talking
Dear.
about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have no idea what you mean.
Yes, of course you don't. Oh, that looks. Oh, I do like. I do like the cable detail. So I might just do this. Hold on a
Yes,
second.
it is beautiful. It has a
Oh,
great
Yeah, I was going to
cable
say, can you
detail
show it
running
off
up
to
that.
all of us, Marie?
yeah, I'm going to see if it's going to let
I'm
me
too
do
scared to hit
that.
anything on my screen in case I wreck something. Don't want to disrupt the thing we've got going.
Okay, let's see if it's going to let me do that. Oh, look.
Ooh.
The things that I learn.
Ooh.
Far out. I'm impressing myself today. This,
Excellent.
stop it. How's that?
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Mm,
Yeah, it's a
Stop
great
it.
pattern.
very
Stop
nice.
it. Oh, oh. And I've gone in my attempt to enlarge it. But what I do love about that is it's got that really fantastic, and you possibly, it depends on where you're watching, but right down here, if you can see my cursor. Okay, thanks. Okay then. All right, there you go. There's the
There's Phil.
there's Phil. There
Hi,
was
Phil.
Phil. Phil's gone. Getting your exercise on. Telling the world. There you go. You've all heard my husband's getting his exercise on. I love the detailing of the cabling down the yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that looks really cool.
it's
I
a
like
great
it.
pattern. I've had it on my list for a while because I actually own yarn to make it already. Because I can't help myself. Like if I see something and I have the time and access to the yarn, I buy it and stash it. It's just a compulsive habit. Um,
I'm gonna
and
guess. Oh, sorry. I'm just saying. Someone's asking if Bohemia would work for this one. I would say no. It's not
No,
going to be the right gauge for Bohemia, is it?
it has to be an Aran weight.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. She's switching up. She's switching connections. The Bluetooth headphones have
Oh,
not
Marie's
gone through.
lost her ears. Actually, I'm surprised mine is still working. No,
That's the
can't hear
benefit of
you.
being alone out here. I didn't have to put those in.
Well, I've kind of got mine on because my speaker's busted on my computer, so I can't hear anybody properly without ears.
That's fair.
We still can't hear you, Marie. Okay, Ethan and I will just chat for a while Marie works over her technical
Oh, she's gone
difficulties there.
blue.
She might be coming back
Oh my goodness.
on another link or something. I don't know. I think we're still here. Can you guys still hear us? So yeah, no, Bohemia you need to use as a DK yarn. So that's not going to work for that pattern. So that pattern's an Aran weight. Is that right, Ethan?
It is an Aran weight pattern.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just actually have to turn my heater down ever so slightly. It must have warmed up outside.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Yep. Mel's saying she can still hear us. Excellent. Okay, we'll just keep talking, and then hopefully Marie will
We'll
get
keep
back to
going.
us. Yeah. Um. So yeah. Okay. All right. Taking over the conversation here. All right. What are we going to talk about, Ethan?
Well, so I actually I have been thinking of making shifting sands. You may remember we've actually had a couple of customers do it now. So Lisa Morse has made a
Oh,
shifting sands in
was there
Gothic
one in
that's quite
Vanitas?
beautiful. Yes. Oh, help me with the name.
Linda.
It was in
Did
the
Linda make it?
purple.
And
Linda
Vanitas, yeah,
Hunter. Yes.
Linda made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Vanitas, yeah. Okay, I know the one you mean now. Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I do like that pattern as
have
well.
the pattern. I can see the book that it's in from where I'm sitting.
Mm-hmm. So that would work in Bohemia.
Yeah, it does. It does come out quite well in Bohemia. And but you just always have to be a little aware of gauge. Just gonna go look up the pattern one more time because I've done this a few times with people. Yes, because she has it on a 4mm needle using a DK weight yarn, and it is just such a stunner of a pattern. I just want to see if anyone has put up a photo of it. Occasionally people try to go with like a light DK weight yarn for the pattern, or a hand-dyed yarn, and it does not give it quite the same effect. You really want to be going with a commercially dyed... Oh, sorry everyone. My mother is trying to call me. Sorry about that. She has no doubt had a whole... Oh, okay, she's going to try one more time. Yep, there we go.
Is she who would are in lockdown, so she's going to have a panic? Did you not talk to her yesterday?
Most likely. I did message her last night before I went to bed, letting her know that like it was all good in the hood.
Yeah.
As one says in North America. Okay, well, apparently we're wrapping up. We're bringing the first edition of Quarantine Diaries home by ourselves because Marie has been ejected from her own show.
Okay, we didn't do this. I'm not too sure.
Well, that's quite a development.
Yeah, that is quite a development. It's the Outlaw Yarn takeover. Oh my god.
Yeah, so welcome to the Quarantine Diaries with Deb and Ethan, only apparently. That's a thing.
Go technology.
Yeah. No, so shifting sands definitely worked really well in Bohemia. I was kind of sort of waiting for our next lot of Bohemia to come in before I made any sort of decisions.
I'm kind of sort of waiting for our next lot of Bohemia too.
And then I don't know. See, what I'm probably going to do now is I'm planning on doing unfinished objects September because the finished projects are out there, everyone. But I'm going to get, I think, all of my sort of can knitting and all my travel knitting off my needles for once, because I normally have 1 or 2 travel projects just kind of lingering around, so I don't have to think it through. But I've got some stuff to finish. If I will not lie, if this does extend, I'm probably going to start a big shawl, because I keep trying to like get... Well, so the problem is I want to make the same shawl that you want to make, in the same yarn that you want to make it in, and I've had that in my queue longer than you, but I don't know if we both need to make one.
What?
I've had that new rock in my queue for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I don't know if it works like that though.
I just don't know if we need to make 2 of them. Like, it seems a little excessive.
Well, you probably shouldn't have showed me the shawl then, should you?
Well, in my defense, I thought you would look at it and go, oh, that's too big, and move on to a different project.
Have you met me? I'm always doing projects that are far too freaking big. Why do you think I'd ever finish anything? No, it's not. Well, I do try to finish things. But yeah, what is it called? I can't remember. It's in my queue somewhere.
You Rock.
You Rock. Yeah, I'm never going to remember that.
ROCK by Suzanne Summer.
Yeah.
I'm considering possibly just dipping in and doing an old Stephen West pattern as well. Might be an Ethan option. Kicking it old school.
Yeah, well, I would like to make more inroads into my watermark. Like, oh my god. Sorry, I'm just seeing Marie's comment. It's like the kids have taken over.
My god, right?
It's Outlaw. We've just burgled the whole show from Marie. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it matters if we end up with 2 of them, because we'll probably have quite different color palettes with
yeah, well, it's kind of just a perfect,
because it's something we wanted
shawl
to do. Yeah, it's something we wanted to do in the hedgehog fiber. So although I haven't actually decided what colors I want to use for it yet, I really need to. I was waiting until the new...
I've already forgotten what colors we ordered.
Oh, we did order we did pick colors, didn't we?
Yeah, we ordered colors for us just to knit this shawl.
Oh, I just remember.
And I have it in a Google Doc, but I haven't looked because I want to see if when they arrive, we pick the same colors or if we've been total idiots.
I forgot we actually did choose the colors. Oh, see, look, I can't remember anything at the moment. My brain is like cotton wool. So yeah. Okay, that'll be an interesting one then, because I can't remember, but I'm sure that we will have chosen quite different color palettes, knowing us. So, yeah.
Historically, yes. I think I'm going to assume mine is quite pink.
I can't make any assumptions about mine. I think my color palette varies a bit more than yours does.
Yeah, well, you actually like use color. I just kind of don't. Although, like, everyone has probably seen already my rose cardigan, which I did finish in time for Cannes. 21 days from start to finish, which I think is quite good for 6 skeins of fingering weight yarn knit into a fully seamed cardigan.
Yeah, that's really cool, that rose cardigan. So yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's
I don't
so
know.
pretty.
I'm playing all my knitting by ear at the moment. I really just wanted to power through this watermark and get it finished, but as you can see, yeah, there's only that much done of the body of it. It is taking a really I'm enjoying it, but it's taking a really long time, and also being sick and not really knitting for 2 weeks has not helped anything about that. So
I've actually gotten a lot of knitting done, but I'm really excited about this crosshatch suddenly. And so I think I'm just going to keep chipping away at it.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured that like now's a really good time if the lockdown continues for a while. I mean, a little bit hard to say at the moment, whether we'll just be in level 4 for 3 days or whether it's going to extend. I guess it's going to depend on testing and stuff. But if it continues for a while, then I think it's quite a good opportunity to just like, especially if you can't get any more yarn, and we're not allowed to send anything out, then I think that it's a really good opportunity just to try and finish up all those works in progress, all the UFOs that people have got lying around, because I know I've got a couple that I would like to, get done. I was just thinking, I could go stash diving for some of my old stash, and then do you know what I just realised? Where is all my old stash? It's at HQ. Yeah. So that sucks.
I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 projects that are like past the 80% mark for completion. And I was originally going to be doing a whole unfinished object September thing.
We're just kicking it off a little early. Yeah.
Yeah, but I might just make it early and let people do more entries. So for all of you who are watching, I'm going to be putting out a newsletter today from Outlaw HQ. So from all of you who are, I'm going to take advantage of Marie's platform. For all of you who are watching, I'm doing a sort of fun and fresh giveaway / not at all knit along, but a finish along. So UFO September, the finished projects are out there. It's going to have a little bit of an X-Files theme. Someone else gave me the idea. This was not an original thought. It's one of our regulars from Breakfast Bourbon. Let's be clear here. I'm not that witty. I wish. Anyway, but what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be giving away 1 copy of one of my patterns and the yarn to knit it with, and you get 1 entry for everything that you finish. Okay. Oh, it was Claire. Yes. Every item that you finish, you get 1 entry. I'm going to figure out the hashtag today. This will be what I spend my day doing now. You have to be following myself. Let's just make this easier. You have to be following myself. You have to be following Outlaw Yarn or Skeinz, okay? So I'm going to let people enter everywhere. I will sort this all out in the background. Don't worry. But you have to be following me on Instagram, and you have to tag me, and you have to make sure to put whatever hashtag I come up with. I will make sure everybody gets this information out there. No, I'm doing my newsletter. The Outlaw HQ newsletter.
Yeah, the Outlaw. Yeah. I'm sure Marie has her own.
I do the Outlaw HQ newsletter. I'm just talking about it here. So I am EBE Forever on Instagram. Come and find me. It'll be a good time. And we're just going to take this time from now until the end of September. Anything that you finish counts towards our UFO thing. And you just put it up there. Let me know what you've made. I will take note of it. Everybody's going to go into a big hat. I'm going to give away 1 copy of one of my patterns and the yarn to knit it. And I think it'll be a good time. There we go. It's not a knit along. It's a finish along.
It's a finish along.
No,
yeah.
No, you don't knit. You can use any yarn you want. You have to finish your projects. That's why I'm running the knit along not Outlaw Yarns officially. It's an Ethan-based get stuff off your needles because Outlaw October is coming, and then you all have to knit with Outlaw Yarn. Oh, I'm EBE forever. Perhaps the kind, amazing Kathy will put a link to my Instagram up for me.
I know Kathy's saying this is the only time she's ever been good, and she's only got one UFO. Don't worry, Kathy, it's fine. We're just getting everyone to clear their needles because Outlaw October will start in October, 1st of October.
That is my trick.
So,
I am trying just to get you with needles clear for Outlaw October.
And also, Kathy, you could join in on the other knit along that we've got coming up as well.
Oh yes, Adira.
Yeah, we've got an Adira knit along coming up as well. So, so yarn for that you can get from Skeinz because one of the yarns is Sock Bandit. So I'm sure that Marie has plenty of stock of that, or if not, we'll be sending her an order of Sock Bandit. So, in fact, it might be a good idea to get it in the Skeinz sale. I think Marie is going to have it on sale. Sorry, the can sale next week. I think Marie will have it on sale there. So you could stock up on the Sock Bandit for yeah.
Pardon me while I spit splice off
For
camera.
Adira. Oh God, I don't think we're very good at this. Sorry, I am trying to keep up.
No, we're not the professionals.
I have the killer head cold, and my brain is just really fuzzy. So I am trying to keep up and hold coherent conversation. But
so here's the thing. So we've got a lot going on at Outlaw Yarn. We've got a lot going on with Skeinz. I am sure you will be seeing Deb and I again on the Quarantine Diaries. Hopefully we'll be doing some sort of like, you know, Saturday morning pajama party situation with all of us.
With breakfast bourbon and Quarantine Diaries, and yeah, we'll see how we're going there.
Yeah, and I will not lie. I am planning, just so that everybody knows, the other day I kind of did an impromptu how to use Ravelry session. So my plan is, if this stretches out, I'm going to try to start putting together some really helpful Ravelry videos. I am allowed to ride my bicycle places, so I might ride my bicycle over to work and grab the ring light so you can see me better. And then I will put together some really handy and helpful Ravelry videos, because I know lots of you are super Ravelry users, but maybe some of you aren't, and that way you'll have access to more stuff. And we can't do the canned classes. It's been postponed, so I'm going to try to bring another little educational experience for you guys, okay? So don't worry. We will get through this. We'll sort this out. Just a quick thing for anybody from our local group who's watching. We have no plan for a knit night this evening. Just as a side note, there's no digital backup plan for that at the moment. No. So just hold on. We'll get things sorted out as we go. Worst case scenario, you can always watch me knit. But everyone wants, right?
We do a lot of that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's I guess it's going to depend a little bit on how long this level 4 lockdown lasts for. So, don't know about anybody else, but I'll be tuning in to see Jacinda and Dr. Ashley at 1 o'clock, see kind of what the lay of the land is. I guess it's going to depend. We probably won't know anything for a couple of days until they start doing more testing and stuff like that to see how far this thing's travelled. You know, fingers crossed that they've, you know, well, we've already got 5 cases, I think. So fingers crossed it doesn't go much further than that and we will get out of this relatively quickly. But if not, we will do our best to keep you entertained in the meantime. You just have to roll with us all a little bit.
Don't forget the usual basics. Keep in touch with people. You know, you'll do what's right for you.
The hilarious thing is, I actually had a list of things that I needed to go over with Ethan, and which has got pushed to the back burner because I've been off work for the last couple of weeks. And one of the things on the top of the list was talk to Ethan about, you know, level 4 procedures, because I was thinking, we're going to end up in level 4 back at some stage. I wasn't thinking this week. I thought at some stage we will end up back in the level 4. You know, we need to, Ethan and I should, you know, have a wee chat about this and just try and, you know, get a few plans in place so that we're ready to roll. Yeah, okay. So, I had been thinking about this, but yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yes. So someone asked a question about Erebus. It is a deep dark navy blue. Hold
okay,
the line.
I didn't see that.
Prepare yourselves for. There's no earthquake happening. I'm just getting something.
Yeah. If anyone's got Erebus lying around, it will be Ethan. No, just looking at my table, I don't have any Erebus lying around.
Erebus.
Okay. Yes.
And parchment, but Erebus mostly.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. Marie is wrapping us up now, so that's good. I was just going to say,
Perfect.
I think Marie's going to have to turn us off because we don't know how to stop. I don't think we've got the buttons for it. So, all right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And we'll catch up with you soon. Bye. Hopefully Marie's turning us off.
I'm on mine.
I think we're still live. Can Marie turn us off now that she's been kicked out?